If you weren't aware, you might soon be getting 1,000 times more helium when you're mining. Unfortunately, the price of helium will also be adjusted by that 1,000, so net, it should be the same. Now, I'm referring to HIP 39, which is a vote on whether or not to essentially do something similar to a stock split, where every helium will now be worth 1,000 helium, and the market cap of the project should stay the same, theoretically. As of this video, there's only a couple days left to vote on this proposal, so I'll be going over my opinion on it, a little bit of the details, as well as how you can actually vote and potentially sway the decision. This proposal was actually started back in the middle of September, and you can see that it's HNT redenomination, which they even refer to the stock split that I talked about at the beginning of the video, and how in traditional markets, it makes it seem more accessible to newer investors. And they go over 3 things for the motivation behind this. The first thing they talk about is incentive unit bias, meaning when you were involved in mining years ago, you were getting multiple HNT per day, and with the halving as well as the huge increase in actual miners that are out there, the reduction in HNT production has now actually gone to decimals. So if you're making 0.1 HNT or 0.2, that can be considered average at this point, and people may be turned off by that, the fact that they're not getting a whole HNT, they're only getting fractions, and it may get worse to the point where people are only getting 0.01 HNT per day years from now. They also talk about the simplification of the units. So a issue that Bitcoin actually has is if I want to transact in $10 worth of Bitcoin, that's 0.0001 Bitcoin or whatever the equivalent is. And now people may have a hard time grasping using that level of Bitcoin. That's why people have tried to push the narrative of using something like Satoshis, which is a smaller value, but something easier and whole for people to grasp onto. The last point is that people love small dollar values when it comes to tokens. Look at something like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu. These coins that have trillions or some crazy amount of supply, their cost per token is extremely small. So if someone is looking at 2 different projects and they see one is trading at a penny and another one is trading at 1,000, even though the market cap is exactly the same, they may go towards that penny investment because going from a penny to 2 pennies makes more sense or seems more possible than going from 1,000 to 2,000. This seems ridiculous, but I have to agree with them. In the markets I've seen in 2020, 2021, even with the stock market and companies like Tesla, people are buying these things because of stock splits. So no additional value is being brought to the project other than a change in price, and that attracts buyers. This change really seems like it comes down to making it more attractive for new investors or new miners, because people would be getting more HNT as a miner. Investors would potentially look at the project because they could make more money, or they think they could make more money on a lower value. And lastly, it's just easier to talk about HNT in whole numbers versus very small fractions. There seems to be 2 major drawbacks when it comes to this project. One, having this proposal seem like a gimmick because it's 100% focused on the price and has nothing to do with improving the project from a technology standpoint or adding new features. The second drawback is for tracking systems or other exchanges that are referencing the price of HNT or the amount of supply out there. There may be a couple days where the market cap is all out of whack, and we see the same thing in the stock market. Sometimes there's a stock split and the charts look all messed up because they did a redenomination. I was wondering, if you had 100 helium that was just sitting in your wallet, yes, that becomes 100,000 helium, and the actual US dollar value of that really shouldn't change unless it attracts new investors and it pushes the price higher. The vote is still open and there's around 3 days left. You can see there's 2 votes. You can vote for redenomination or against it. And it is really simple. All you have to do is open your Helium app, go to your wallet, and then click on the QR code, scan this, and you can submit your vote. If we look at the current results, it's 67% for and 32% against. Based on that, this would get passed and we would see that 1,000 to 1 split for your helium. My opinion is that this will probably push the price higher, which I'm not against because I own helium, mining helium. So if the market cap goes up and the price of helium as a total goes up, that obviously benefits me. Now, how short-lived expensive that may be is a different question. I don't think this will turn the entire project into a meme. I know that's a concern for some people. I don't think long term this will have negative impact on the view of this project. At a current price of $47.25, if this does go through, we're talking about a coin that will be worth around 4 to 5 cents. And at a market cap of close to 5 billion, if this did double, the project could potentially push from a top 50 coin to all of a sudden a top 20 coin or around here. So as it gets more traction, if it did get an increase in price and it pushed through the top 25, it would probably bring more attention to the project and have more eyeballs on it just because of the change in price and have people get behind this project. Now, based on what I've seen on social media, if this thing listed on Coinbase for 5 cents versus $50, the chance of it going to 10 cents seems pretty good in my mind versus it going to 100. That's just 100% psychology and how the markets have been in 2020 and 2021. What do you guys think? Is this good or bad? Leave your comments down below. Definitely interested to see your guys' thoughts as well. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button as well as consider subscribing to Main Street Wolf, where we talk investing, crypto, anything to do with money. Thanks guys for watching and have a great day.